We're living in a mud pit. So we are 1 week post the Arctic hammer that dropped down on the South and a lot of the country for that matter. And we're still discovering the aftermath. I just went to turn on the water on one of our frost-proof hydrants. Won't work. So there's problems, and they're underground problems. So we're having to really search and figure out what all is okay and what all's not. One good upside to all this mud means it's warmer out here. It's not below zero, we're not busting water, but we've replaced all those chores with the dealing with the mud. I don't know which is worse. Try not to overthink it and just go with it. Whatever the weather throws at us, that's part of farming, and we're just trying to make it through it. Our driveway has been there for decades and decades and never had a problem, and we're about to get stuck in our own driveway. It's that bad. So this is as muddy as I've ever seen it, which is saying a lot because it gets muddy every year. I'm gonna take you guys out. I'm fixing to get these pigs fed. Still expecting piglets any minute. Gonna get them fed, and then I'm gonna take you, kind of just show you what we're dealing with. And we got a big task ahead of us that, because of this mud it has created, gonna take you guys along for that too. So let's go. Take it back. We might be having babies right now. Okay, y'all, Ben has come home and we got to go back in the field, move cows. It's a mess back there. I'm gonna take you with us, but we definitely are having piglets. In fact, we've already had one, and it had wandered away from its mama a bit, so Ben's getting it back with her. We've shut the gate, shut her in here, so she'll be in here by herself. The others have a shelter, they can go sleeping outside. So definitely having piglets. As you can see, the farm truck is nasty because I got stuck in it. But therefore, we have new tires on it. You saw, I showed you those. We just got those. They're helping a lot, but right now the ground is just beyond saturated. It really doesn't matter how good your tires are. What's hurting us the most is how heavy the truck is, because it's a diesel. So Ben has been out here working. We're getting the old Chevrolet ready. We're gonna fire it up and take it. You can see our makeshift window. It's a piece of dusty plastic, and but it's a lot lighter. Now the brakes sometimes come and go, but we're only going to be in our field, so that'll be okay, and it'll help us get back there. It also has a hay bed on it. If you haven't been around here very long, we're going to take this and try to get the hay put out. Try not to get stuck in this. We're gonna have to clean this.
You got a pressure washer?
So I'm gonna try and get y'all a look at our farm road on the way back, but actually this old truck died. Ben had to give me a push start with the tractor. I wound up driving it, and there's no way I could film anything on the way back here, but that is nothing compared to the muddiness of all the other roads. We're getting stuck even in like the tractor, which never gets stuck hardly, and it's a mess is what it is. We are trying to just power through. We are back here. We're gonna do a pretty big job. The cows are through the woods. You've seen them go through there before. We've done drone footage and everything taking you through. I don't know, it's probably half a mile through the woods if I was to guess. We're gonna go and see if they will follow us. They always have in the past. We just have a little wire that's not hot, kind of strung up through the trail so they don't kind of get off in the woods. The woods on both sides kind of act as a little bit of a natural fence, I guess you would say. They definitely could get out in there if they want, but we string the wire up, not hot, it's low to the ground in some places, but it just kind of shows them, hey, go this way. Hoping they're just gonna follow us right up through here. This will give them their standing hay out here, which basically means it's grass we let grow up at the end of the season for this purpose. This will also at least give us a couple days to let the trails dry out and not going through, the woods are muddy too. Not going through there, not driving all the way back here trying to bring hay for a couple days, and then we're probably gonna just move them for a bit up towards the house. Just less driving in these conditions because we're just rutting our fields up is basically what it boils down to. So anyway, we had a fence problem. Ben's been fixing it. We've got all the perimeter wires put up around this paddock, and I think we're about ready to go try this. So that's part of what I'm talking about. That's just a rope. That's just there to show them, hey, don't get distracted and go off in there. Again, he's using the gate over on that side. They know this routine, and really, if you start trying to do something like this, move them around, really what we started with was some of my milk cows that would follow us anywhere and led them through the woods, and that's how we got them to do this in the first place. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of scary, because I mean, we could have had them scattered here, there, and everywhere, but if you have one cow that'll follow you, that makes it a lot easier. And then the rest of them, now they've done this a time or two, and so it's old hat. Okay, so I'm going up to the gate. We're gonna let Ben. It's what you call a rolling start, I think. We're gonna let him through the gate to turn around. And then I'm gonna push behind the cows because there's a bale of hay broken down there they're gonna wanna stop at. To make matters worse, the truck is not wanting to stay running. Hoping to get it up this hill. It's just one of them days. Bye. She won't run up the hill. So he's walking to get the tractor. Gonna have to give it a push start to get up the hill. It's just not going so good. Well, that got wild. We got the truck started and up in there, it died again. We're able to get it pushed so we could come back this way. Got them to follow me, and hopefully they're all coming. I gotta count them real quick though. I couldn't stop on the way back up here either, guys. I was gonna get you some footage of how just the roads are just falling in. Even the interstates here from last week's cold, really cold, the interstates are full of potholes. I saw something crazy on the news, like 20 cars had a blowout within a span of an hour or something. They were just all along the side of the road the other morning because the road just started falling in on one of our major interstates down in Little Rock, which is a very highly populated area. it's a city. So I'm not talking about little country roads. I'm talking about Interstate 30. So if the freeways are falling in, you can imagine what people are dealing with on their farm roads and their driveways. I've seen lots of people parked a ways away from their house and having to walk because their driveways, they just can't get up their driveway. They're getting stuck all over the place, and it's just one of those things. Last week was kind of just the beginning, and now comes the after effects, but we're just powering through. I have not shed a tear over this, and I don't plan to, because that wouldn't do any good. And really, I'm glad to not be busting ponds multiple times a day and freezing and my hands cracking from the cold and everything. So this is just the latest thing to deal with, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna deal with it. And just, I have a tendency, if I let myself, to get overwhelmed feeling. It's one of my flaws, and I'm just not gonna go there, because things are kind of piling up as if there wasn't enough things to do. All of this, like all of the mud and the truck getting stuck, so now we're trying to use a truck that's not wanting to run. And just, I looked around today, we just have stuff everywhere because it just got kind of put down last week and left where it was, because it was not a week you wanted to be outside picking up, or there's hay string, hay net everywhere. It's just, I just look around and I'm like, it's just piling up on me. I go inside and there is winter clothes literally everywhere. But I am not gonna let that stuff stress me. If I start to feel that, I just have to push that out and say, you know what, we're gonna get to it when we get to it, and I'm not gonna let it just ruin my life, all the things piling on top of each other, because that wouldn't do any good. And I found myself this past week kind of starting to slip into a negative mindset about a lot of things and thinking, I can't do this. I don't know what I was thinking, cannot do this. And I just challenge you to be careful what you speak over yourself. I'm a big believer in the power of words. It says in the Bible that life and death is in the power of the tongue, and those are powerful words. And so I have stopped saying I can't do this, and I'm telling myself I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna keep everything going. I'm gonna push through. Better days are ahead, sunnier days, warmer days, drier days, all those things. But this is where we're at right now. And I don't know what you got going on in your life, but speak positive things over yourself. Speak life over yourself. I challenge you with this, and then I'm gonna sign off here, because I know this video has not been super uplifting or had a whole lot of point to it, but it's where we're at this week, and we're just making it through. That's what we're doing. So, but I want to leave you with this thought. First off, I want you to think of your most favorite person in the world, whether that's a child, a spouse, a parent, whoever it may be, who you love the most in the world. And then I want you to think about how you talk to yourself. What do you say about yourself, about how you look, your abilities, what you can do, how you've been doing lately? Have you spoke some pretty harsh words to yourself? Have you called yourself a loser or said, I can't do this? Have you criticized something about yourself, your physical appearance, your mental abilities, whatever the case may be? Now, I want you to think about, would you want someone speaking to your favorite person the way you've been speaking over yourself? And if the answer is no, I challenge you to start speaking better to yourself and over yourself, and start thinking in positive lines about yourself. Don't think negatively towards yourself or criticizingly. Think about that this week as you go about your week. Think about, would you want your favorite person talked to like that? And don't talk to yourself that way, because you're loved as well. You are someone's favorite person. And don't talk to yourself in a negative or harsh or unkind way. we're unloading this feed, and then we're calling it a day. Some of the things on the to-do list, guys, just have to roll over to the next day. It's just the way a farm works. It's the way life works. And that's where we're at today. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and God bless.
Seven.
We got.
Here, let me have it.
We got babies.